Welcome back. It's not doing anything different except that the small cap index also has given up some of its gains now from close to about 7/10. It's come down to just about a quarter of a percentage point in terms of gains. So it's flattening at this point of time across all the four indices. Kushagra Ansal joins us now, who's whole-time director at Ansal Housing and Construction. They came up with their results, and let's try and get a perspective on that. Mr. Ansal, good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. On the kind of numbers that you've reported for this financial year, for the full year, in fact, of about 199 on sales and a bottom line of 411, what could you do in FY08?
In the coming year, we'll be looking to increase our top line by another 60%, and the net profit should be of the similar margins as what we have projected at this point. So I would say a good 60 to 65% growth in the next year.
Could you tell us, as on 31st March 2007, what your total land bank was and how much of that was developed, and how much would you look to develop in 08?
Sure. As of currently, our total land bank is somewhere around 2,200 acres. We are currently developing 1,200 acres out of this. Another 1,000 acres is under sanctioning, and that should come into development in the next 6 months. The value of the projects already under development is in the range of 2,000 to 2,500 crores. And the new projects that are going to come under development range around another 4,000 crores, taking the total project worth of Ansal Housing to around 6,000 crores. And most of this should be under development before the year end. Also, we've got licenses for our projects in Jammu, Karnal, Rewari, where development has already started, and sales will start in the coming quarter. And we will be seeing those figures showing on the balance sheet starting next quarter.
Kushagra, good morning. What kind of projects do you have for the NCR in specific, and what have you seen in that region by way of prices and by way of sales?
In NCR, we are doing a lot of development in the Ghaziabad region. We are doing a township development as well as high-rise condominium projects there. As far as prices are concerned in these areas, the market's been mostly stable in the past 6 months, with some areas showing some sort of appreciation of up to around 10%, which is more where the new infrastructure or the development is happening. So there has been an upward movement of around 10% in the areas where we are operating in the NCR region.
What are you factoring in then for the next few quarters by way of how much price increase or stability you might see?
In the NCR, we are looking to see a similar sort of an increase, or more stability than increase right now. There is a good demand, but people are ready to buy at the current prices. Prices are not looking to move upward much in the main metros. But in the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 cities, definitely there has been an upward movement of around 20% in the last 6 months. And we expect to see a similar growth in the coming months as well. There's been a lot of upward movement in Agra and Indore, especially two markets where we are operating. And we expect that this movement is going to continue in the coming 6 months as well.
Ansal, in light of what you said about pricing, do you think you'll be able to hold margins at about 33% going forward, or is that expected to dip or go up?
I think these margins will be maintained and maybe even become better, as a lot of our land bank is purchased at much lower prices. So once it comes over on for sale and it's actually shown on the balance sheet, the figures will may look actually better than what they are right now.
Just to put a number on those growth figures that you said earlier, Mr. Ansal, is it fair to assume that you would do close to about 380 to 400 crores in terms of sales and close to about 70 crores in profits this year?
Somewhere close to that, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Kushagra, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us this morning. That is the word from one of the real estate plays, Ansal Housing. The stock will come up for you in a bit. In the meanwhile, another big boy reported its numbers yesterday, Jet Airways.